Hi stamping friends. Today I am playing around with some of the stamps that are about to retire with Stampin' Up! And this is the time of year where a new catalog is just around the corner. In fact, it is gorgeous. I wish I could show you the inside. I'm not allowed to. But I will post it the minute it goes live on my blog. And if you have shopped with me in the past year, one is already on its way to you. Okay. So anyway, some things are retiring, and you know, sometimes as I kind of look at my shelf at the retiring items, I see, oh, I haven't played with this one, and this is one of them, Zoo Globe. Now I bought it because I thought it was super cute. I loved the imagery, and I thought this would be cute for shaker cards, and I already had the snow globe, the wintry snow globe, and so the dies worked for the base and the snow globe glass part. So I thought, you know, might as well get this one as well. But, you know, I just never got around to using it, and it's so cute. So, you know, I thought, you know, I'm going to get it out. I want to play with it, see what I can do. And the first thing I wanted to do was make that shaker card, like I mentioned. So I thought we'd make this together, and I want to show you how to do it without the dies, because the dies have already sold out. That retirement list, things go fast. So the stamp set is still available, but the dies are not. And I don't want that to sway you to not get it, because it's super easy to I just used a circle punch, so easy. Or if you have the circle dies, you can cut out that circle. You don't need it to be flat at the bottom. The die is flat at the bottom, but that's okay, it's hidden underneath here anyway. And then this base, I just cut it out. It's so simple. So anyway, I want to show you this, and it is such a fun little card, and you know, some young little person would just think it's so cute. A little happy birthday. I love the elephant. So it's a really cute stamp set. The imageries are cute, and it's so fun to color. So let's show you what I made with it. This is kind of a copy out of the catalog, but it was really easy, and it's I think nice in some different techniques that they did. So I'm going to do this one together with you so you can kind of see. And then this is just one I've been playing around with. Without the shaker dome. So it's super cute. The images, you know, using them together or by themselves, it's a fun little stamp set. And I think it makes a cute little kid birthday. There's some other sentiments on here too, but I think the birthday card's nice. And then I even used that little kangaroo I thought was cute for a welcome baby. So I made a few like that while it's sitting here in my desk. And I want to point out a few things so you don't know. The welcome baby does not come with this set. It's from a different stamp set called Well Said, which is a 2-box stamp set. Here's one, and I don't know where my other box is. Here it is. This is also retiring. There's a lot of good word sets retiring right now, so I really hope you'll take a look at that. Well Said is great because it has just about everything. You've got Mother's Day, Father's Day, anniversary, everything. And then this box has a lot of stuff that's great for the inside. So you've got, you know, put together things here, and then on the inside you can use some of these. And it's just a really great stamp set. Itty Bitty Greetings also retiring, so take a look at that because that's always got a little baby too. So the welcome baby is from there, and the happy birthday comes with Zoo Globe. Super cute. I want to show you some coloring techniques with the blends, and then I want to show you how to put together this shaker card. So we'll make 2 cards together, and I want to get started on the shaker first. Oops, look at that, the sequin stuck to the draft. Okay, so, oh, this koala, so cute. You can put him in a tree, or I didn't use them on here. I did one where I put the koala clinging onto the giraffe's neck, which I saw in the old catalog, and I think I gave it away already. I gave a handful of cards to a neighbor, and I must have given away the koala clinging to the neck because I can't find it. Anyway, let's put it together. So for the shaker card, you're going to use a few different pieces. The base, I'm using Coastal Cabana. And then I've got a top piece, also in Coastal Cabana, cut 1/4 of an inch smaller on all sides. So this is 4 by 5 1/4. And for the inside, I have just a piece of basic white in 4 by 5 1/4. And then for the shaker, you want a clear piece of acetate and then something to go behind. So this is just a scrap of basic white. And I cut these, depends on how big your snow globe is going to be. Now you can stamp this little image here. It's kind of like a gives you the little highlights and lines. If you wanted to, you could stamp that on your acetate. And if you want to do that, you need to find a stamp, an ink pad that can stamp well on acetate. If you used one of our regular water-based ink pads, it would smear pretty much forever. So you can emboss, but that's hard because it kind of can curl if you heat too hot. But a perfect choice if you wanted to stamp on acetate is StazOn. So you can use the StazOn on that. And I didn't because you can barely see it on here with everything I've got going on, so I didn't think it was necessary. I decided to take the easy way out and not even bother to stamp the globe. That's up to you. Sometimes easy is good because we're doing a lot of things on that card. It is nice though if you're not going to do, you can build a scene and not have it a shaker. So you can make a nice little snow globe scene. It doesn't have to be a shaker. It can just be cute as a snow globe. So don't worry about that if you're not thinking you like to make shakers. It's still super cute. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with our, well, the base we're going to leave aside for now. The first thing I want to do is stamp on here. Now what I did here is pretty much what they did in the catalog. I stamped tone on tone. So I've got Coastal Cabana cardstock, and I'm going to use Coastal Cabana ink pad. I think this is dirty because I just used it. I've been making stuff with this set all day. So cute. And I wanted to have a nice stash. Sometimes when things retire, I sell them. And I haven't decided on this one yet because it's really cute. Sometimes I hang on to things for maybe a year or so after they retire, and then I sell them. Sometimes I sell them right away if there's something that's similar in the new catalog. So what you want to do here is stamp the balloons, kind of semi-random. By that I mean you don't want straight lines. I mean, you could if you're very tidy. I sometimes feel like I try to start out straight and then it ends up going wonky. So sometimes it's better to not even try to go straight. So I'm trying to not line things up necessarily, but I'm filling in the space. Okay. Now, what I saw in the catalog is that they actually shaded these balloons, and I think it does give them a little something. See, it's kind of fun. So even though I've already stamped here, you can shade them in, and you can do that a couple ways. You can use the ink in the pad and a blender pen and add some ink that way, or you can grab a blender Stampin' Blends, and these are nice to add some color. So we're just going to add, now I don't have a Coastal Cabana Stampin' Blend. I'm not sure if it was available. I think if it was, I would have it. So I'm thinking it's not. So this is Pool Party, but we're just trying to add shading. So that's okay. And you can see it's kind of harsh right now. My shading is not, it's very harsh, but that's because I'm just putting it on. Let it dry for a minute and it'll kind of fade out. And then it'll be like just barely there. But it just kind of makes them have some more dimension. And you know, how much you do is up to you. So I'm kind of doing the base where the balloons get smaller at the end and the color's usually deeper, where they're pleated, and a little shadow. So super fast, don't take too much time on it, but just give them a little color. Like I said, it dries fast, and then as you dry, you can go with the darker. This is the light Pool Party, so maybe I'll switch to dark Pool Party and do a little more. So go really fast, just kind of give them a highlight. Okay, so that's my background of balloons. All right, and then you're just going to take however you're going to cut out your circle. And I'm going to use the circle punch because it's here and fast. So I've got my circle punch. This one is 2.5. I think Stampin' Up! Still sells a 2 1/4. This is old. But if you don't have these you can use a circle die, which I would use, and I'm going to lose those balloons, see? But that's okay, save them. Okay, so I've got my circle cut out. So you can save your little balloon. That'll be a cute background somewhere. All right, here you go. Now you need to take your window sheet. It's clear, so you lose it. There it is. And stick this on the back. So you're going to run some adhesive around the window, like so, and then stick down your window sheet. Okay, so there is part of your shaker. You're almost done. Now for the base, where did I put it? Here it is. I'm just stamping on a little piece of gray granite, and I'm going to do a tone-on-tone thing here as well. Actually, I think I'm going to go darker. I'm going to go basic gray. I'm trying to remember what I did on this one, and it was basic gray. So, just going to put that down, and I'm going to do that same thing. I'm going to give it a little highlight. You can kind of see here. It just does a little something different. See? Now watch when we add the highlight. I can hear my daughter laughing in her bedroom. It's funny. Okay. So we're just going to give it a little highlight, and I colored in a little scallop area. Okay, so it just gives it a little something extra, don't you think? It kind of pops more off the page. As it dries, if it starts to get too light for you, grab a darker marker and go over some areas again if you feel like they need more. I'm going to give it a little bit more, maybe on the ends. It's kind of fun. I never really thought to use my blends on colored cardstock, but you can. Okay, now I'm just going to cut that out using paper snips because I don't need that die. If you already have that snow globe from the winter catalog, Still Scenes I think it was called, think about getting this Zoo globe, and then you've got both. Okay, so that was really simple shape to cut out. And that is just going to go right here. Really simple. Okay, now we're going to add some foam strips. I love these. And you're going to go close to that circle. You don't want to just kind of go in a square, because why have sequins that are going to get hidden, right? So I'm even going to go straight across. I'm not even going to go around the bottom of that circle, because if a sequin dips down there, no one's going to see it behind this little area. So let's keep the sequins where someone can see them. So that's for our base. Now we do need to put something behind that. So I had, here it is, a little piece of basic white, and I'm going to build my little scene behind it. I think I will do the tree slightly off center. And I'm going to color again with the blend, so that's why I'm using this Memento ink. And I'm going to do my tree. And I put the koala in the tree last time. I think I'll do that again. It's really cute. If I can find the koala. Here it is. It's a little tricky. There he is. And then I did the giraffe on a separate piece and just cut it out because I wanted to have some more dimension to my card. I mean, it's got a lot, it's a shaker, but you know, sometimes more is more. All right, so I'm going to use this little scrap here and do my giraffe. Okay, and then while I'm stamping, I'm going to do the inside so it just dries. I think this is my inside piece. 4x5, yes it is. And I'm going to do the elephant on the inside. Now the elephant doesn't have those balloons already, so you can use it for a non-birthday. This is really cute for a baby card, so should have cleaned that first. Let me get my cleaner. Really cute animals for a baby card, so you don't have to add these balloons if you don't want to. There. Okay. So I just want to give you some tips on coloring with the blends. They're meant to give you some highlights and lowlights with the two different tones. So for example, on this balloon, I'm going to use two colors of Night of Navy. This is the light and the dark, and this one shows up the most, so I'm going to do this one in real time, and then I'll speed up as I do other areas because you don't want to spend too much time watching the video, right? So you're going to color the balloons, and I like to do, sometimes I do dark first and then light, sometimes I do light then dark. It's kind of up to you. I think both ways work, so I don't really think there's a right or wrong way. But see how I'm adding some dark highlights to the balloon. You know, the balloons get tighter at the end where the string is tied, so they tend to be darker down there. And then I'm just going to kind of go around. Kind of gives it some more dimension. And then, see, I've got a soft blue and then a dark blue, and in the middle that line's kind of harsh. So what you do is you can go over that line to kind of blur it out. And it starts to soften that line. So you still got a dark area and a light area, but then it's a nice transition. And it does lighten up a little bit when it dries. Now you can do the same thing with your other colors. So the area closest to the bottom I want to do darker. And then maybe on the side where the balloon has a shadow from the other balloon. And then I'm going to do Bermuda Bay on this one. So I'm going to go with the lighter. Oops, I'm using the brush end. I meant to use the tiny little end. There's two different ends, and I wanted to use the smaller end, but I accidentally used Shaded Spruce and I meant to use Bermuda Bay. So we're going to stick with the Shaded Spruce. That's okay because my tree's going to be Shaded Spruce, so they'll still match nicely. So I'm going to go back and soften that line. Now the elephant I'm going to do in gray granite. I think that's a nice color for the elephant. Also smoky slate is good. Now this is the larger image, so I'm going to go with the brush end. And I'm kind of going to give him an all over light, except his little, I know they're not toes, but whatever those are down there, kind of like toenails. Okay, so then I'm going to take my dark and just kind of give him some dimension. I'm going to add a shadow underneath this ear. Yeah, so the top ear kind of pops up a little more because it's got a shadow underneath. And then I'm going to round his back. Give him a little dark rounded back. I'm going to add a little bit of color at the bottom of his feet and on that back foot and his belly, areas that are round. Give his trunk some more color. Okay, so I've added some dark highlights, and then I'm going to go back over and kind of just lightly blend them out a little bit so the lines are not so harsh. Okay, so there's my elephant. So he's got some shadowing, some highlights. So I'm going to start to color in my other little images here, and I'll do that on fast forward. I'll tell you the colors I'm using. I'm using shaded spruce for my tree, cinnamon cider for the trunk of the tree, and then I'm also using cinnamon cider on the spots of the giraffe, and then I'm using daffodil delight on the giraffe as well, and I'm going to go ahead and use gray granite on the koala. So that'll be on fast forward, so it'll look a little funny, but it'll speed up the video. Okay, I'm all colored up, and I am going to add some of these little mini dimensionals. I love that we have two sizes. I'm going to put these mini dimensionals behind my giraffe so that he sticks up a little bit. Like he's talking to the koala here. All right, now, before you do anything, yep, okay, you want to put your sequins down now, or whatever element you're going to use in your shaker. Now, something to look for, I'm going to give you a little hint that the clearance rack is going to be updated on the 13th of April, if you're watching this in April. And they're going to add some new items to the clearance rack. And what I look for in the clearance rack is things like sequins, ribbons, things like that, because the colors, you know, our Stampin' Up! Core colors don't really go away. And so, you know, you might be able to find some colors. I had this sequins from before, and I thought they looked good because they have Calypso Coral and Bermuda Bay. I'm going to try and stay away from too many of the peachy ones. But you can find some good stuff on the clearance rack, and it's supposed to be updated, like I said, on the 13th of April. And look for ribbons. Look for, I love colored baker's twine. I like to look for that. I don't know what's going to be on there. I have no hints on that aspect. So I wish I could tell you what was going to be on the clearance rack, but I have no idea. So this is a good time to find some deals and some about to go away things. So look for Zoo Globe, look for things like that, and look for ribbon. So those little tiny details that really kind of make a card. You know, if you can add a little bit of ribbon or a little something, there's little wooden leaves or feathers in the clearance rack right now, but the clearance rack is pretty empty when I looked at it today. So you're going to want to see what's there. Okay, now we're going to go around. It's a little high. I'm going to go around with some more of that foam. And I did not mean for this to come up quite so high. When I stamped, I guess I stamped a little bit on the high side. So normally I would put foam all the way across there, but I don't even have any space for foam. So we're just gonna not worry about that right now. All right, line that up. Now you can add a greeting to the front if you want. I ended up putting it on the inside, but on the front would be good too. You can stamp right here if you had not already attached it like I did. So I'm going to throw happy birthday on the inside. There we go. So cute. I love that little elephant. So cute. There we go. And so I want to put something here, and I decided I looked through my baker's twine, and I found some old pool party baker's twine, which goes nicely with the Coastal Cabana. So I'm just going to tie a little bow and add that to the front. But see what little scraps of ribbon you might have, and what you can add to the front, or add a greeting. A little sentiment on a banner would be nice. Alright, I'm going to throw that down with a glue dot. There we go. So there's our shaker. Now the other card I thought we would do really quick, I'm going to do a fast version, is same stamp set. But I wanted to show you this fun template that I did a video on this template just the other day, and it's really an easy and fast, fun template. So it's just using these stripes across the side, or the center, I'm sorry. And I'm going to do the same thing on here. And if you are on Facebook, I have a Facebook group called Beth's Paper Cuts Idea Sharing Group, and that template has been posted on there. And I'm going to have a challenge all next week, starting, let's see, today's the 9th, so the 10th. That'll be my sketch challenge, and so you can submit or show or post what you've made with that template. It's so versatile. I've made so many different cards using that same template, and that is posted at Beth's Paper Cuts Idea Sharing Group. So I'm just doing a tone on tone again, like I did on the other one. I'm not going to color it in this time because this is very dark, so I'm not going to add any details to the leaves. But I think that just adds a little something to my background. See, just those little leaves being there, and you know, it's a little cute little add-on. You could do the balloons again if you wanted to. Okay, and then I've got strips of designer series paper. This is a nice way to use up your strips. I have a video on this exact thing if you want to look for it. And it's just a great way to use up leftovers. You know, you've always got these little strips because you're cutting down a big piece, and then you end up with these skinny little strips. And these are perfect for this template. Go ahead and go right on here. And so I've got Bermuda Bay, and then this is Night of Navy, and Daffodil Delight. Okay, and then yet another thing that's about to retire are the ovals, layering ovals. This is a really fun die set. You can still grab some. Check it out. There's a whole bunch of sizes. I think I've got some that are just kind of thrown in there. All these ovals, some are scalloped and some are flat around the edges. So I've got one of each. And I'm going to go ahead and layer them. So, oops, there's two. All right, and then I'm going to do the elephant again because he's my favorite. And where are his balloons? Once again, I'm going to color on fast forward. Okay, now all I'm doing here is adding my bow Now this is retired also. I don't usually use retired in my videos or in my classes or workshops, but it's that time of year when everything is retiring and new stuff is coming, and I want to let you know that you can get some good deals on things. So I thought, you know, I'm going to use retired here and hope that maybe you will take a look at that retired list and that clearance rack list, because good deals can be had. Now this was some old baker's twine that was super thick, really thick, and what I did was I unraveled it, and it's like 3 strands. Well, it's multiple strands, and then several make up 3 bigger groupings. And so anyway, when you unravel it, then you get these kind of curly bits of baker's twine, which I think are kind of fun. And then I'm going to pop this right on top. I had used some basic white that I had already stamped on. Oops. So now you've got words on the back. I think it was seaside something, or outside, I'm not sure. Okay. So then I've got that, and then I had already stamped a happy birthday. There it is. And I thought I would add it just on top right there. I've kind of lately been liking this idea of putting my greeting like on top of half the bow. I think it's kind of fun, and it helps keep the bow in place, and it helps that knot kind of not get caught in the mail, because that cardstock's kind of covering it, that knot. So I think it processes through the mail better. It's kind of fun. It's a fun look. Anyway, there it is, my happy birthday. Or I could put the tail underneath. That's probably better. There. Okay, and on the inside you can do a basic white again, and here I just, whoops, I didn't do it on that one. Add some more balloons like that on the inside. So I hope you'll take a look at Beth's Paper Cuts Idea Sharing Group on Facebook. Join my group there, anybody can, and show me what you're doing with this template. Take a look at the template and all the other samples I've put up there, and then share your version. And then if you make a shaker card, share that as well. Anything can kind of be turned into a shaker card, but I just really like this base. So take a look at that Zoo Globe stamp set on the Last Chance product list, and all the other Last Chance product deals that you can get going on right now until the end of April. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope you got some fun blends tips. Bye!